Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. No knockouts allowed, knuckleheads. Welcome to the Fighters Rep, where we give you free fights, interviews, and fight commentary from the mind of a promoter / attorney. So the rule set in this fight are getting more and more interesting. And if you know, this fight is being sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission, the same body that sanctions us. So, I tend to know a thing or two about the rules and what's going on here. And I think that the rules being implemented, although they're probably the right rules for a pair of guys that, let's face it, are dinosaurs in the sport of boxing, as much as I love the both of them, are dinosaurs in the sport of boxing. It's a rule set that I think will rub fight fans, especially the hardcore fight fans, the wrong way. Now, you may ask yourself, well, what the hell is George talking about? Well, let me share with you guys. So first and foremost, and I think this is the biggest knock on the rule set being proffered, is the fact that there are going to be no knockouts allowed. That's a big problem for fans of boxing, of combat sports, and fans of Mike Tyson, right? And Roy Jones even. Besides that, you've got an 8-round bout, right? So no knockouts allowed, 8 rounds, 2 minutes per round, which is an entire minute shorter than a pro bout. A pro boxing bout, that is. We all know MMA is 5 minutes in the pros. Boxing is 3 minutes. In the amateurs, it's 2 minutes. So this is like somewhere between an amateur and a pro rule set. Except here there are no knockouts allowed. So I would actually argue that this is lesser than the amateur rule set, because in the amateur rule set, knockouts are allowed typically, especially in a kickboxing event like the ones we do. But nonetheless, you've got no knockouts, 8 rounds instead of 12, 2-minute rounds, and 12-ounce gloves. Now, I think of all the issues we're running into with this rule set, if we're looking for action and excitement, the 12-ounce gloves, are probably the least of our worries. I actually believe sometimes the shorter rounds get guys to be more active, quicker. They won't be sitting there feeling each other out. But the 12-ounce gloves aren't a horrible thing. They will offer a little bit more protection. But even in the amateurs, the heavyweights have the option of wearing the 12-ounce gloves here if you're fighting under the IKF's rules. And I've seen heavyweights wear 12-ounce gloves really do harm to each other, okay? So, I think that's the least of our worries. But, when you combine all of these things together, what you're getting is 8 rounds, give or take. If you consider 2 minutes a round, less than 8 rounds, really, of hard sparring. That's what you're getting here. And then when you combine that with a $50 price tag, and then on top of it, the weirdest undercard you've ever seen in your life, right? Where you've got YouTuber and rapper Vidal Riley taking on a former UFC heavyweight, Rashad Coulter. You've got 36-year-old Nate Robinson of the NBA, former basketball player, taking on 23-year-old YouTuber Jake Paul. And then you've got Badu Jack against Blake. I believe his last name is McNernan. And the only reason I know who the guy is because he's a California guy and he's a pretty solid cruiserweight. And I think this fight is a showcase fight, or at least, that's what it's being set up to be for Badu Jack, who, as wonderful as a fighter as he is, I don't think he's any longer, in his prime. And I also don't think that a lot of people know who he is. So, when you combine this really strange undercard, rule set, $50 price tag, and the fact that it's on this social media platform called Triller, which, I'd never heard of before this entire event. Who knows, maybe I'm an old geezer at this point. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore, and I'm not in the know, but I've never heard of, I don't know what Triller is, although they dropped $50 million for the rights to this fight. But I just think this is a very strange combination of elements that's probably going to lead to, I mean, listen, I could be totally wrong. You know, this could be the biggest success of 2020. But in my opinion, this is a very goofy card, and I'm not sure. I'm not even going to say I'm not sure. I definitely would not have paid $50 million for this fight card or for the rights to air this card. I would not have. No way. And they're talking about Roy Jones is going to get a guaranteed $10 million. Tyson's going to get a guaranteed $10 million. That's crazy to me, man, for 8 rounds of sparring. But listen, if you love these guys, you know, I'm not a hater. If you love these guys, you appreciate what they've done, you want to support them, I do think Tyson and Jones deserve support. I just, you know, I totally understand if you don't invest $50 to watch this, because this is kind of, you know, for lack of a better term, this is kind of a shit show, to be honest with you guys. So my question to you guys is, you know, I got to ask you one at the end of each video. Are you going to buy this $50 shit show? Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon next to it. Join Knucklehead Nation, the dopest channel on YouTube and the most educated fight community on YouTube, where as you contribute or purchase items in the link below, you help me not only build the channel, but the only kickboxing promotion that matters, where we put fights together that are actually competitive, great fights, and we showcase young upcoming talent to build future talent, to hopefully build incredible guys like Tyson and Roy Jones. That said, I also wanted to address the slight trickle of trolls we get on the channel, and not just trolls, you know, just everybody in general. So, you know, I don't know how they do it on the other fight channels or the other channels you visit. This is the most educated fight channel on YouTube, hands down. We can have conversations about whatever you want, as long as it's done in a respectful manner towards the channel and towards the people on the channel, aka Knucklehead Nation. If you come in here and you violate and you disrespect for no reason, I will boot your ass out of here real fast. Okay. Another thing is, you know, some guy wrote, a comment about, I would respect you more if this or that. Listen, I'm not on here. Bro, I'm not on here looking for your respect. I'm not on here looking for your validation. My man, let me tell you, and this goes to everybody. I love me. I love my promotion. I love my brand, and I'm stupid confident and happy with myself as a human being and my brand. If you think for one moment I'm on here looking for a cosign or to kiss somebody's ass or something like that, man, you are on the wrong channel. You know, I'm going to put it this way. I'm from a very old culture. Besides that, I grew up in Miami, Florida. I'm an ethnic minority, not that that matters. But just so you understand before you start mouthing off and saying crazy stuff in the comment section. And I don't care if you're upset and you got something horrible to say. I'm not interested in that kind of stuff. So come in here, be respectful, handle yourself like an adult in the most educated fight channel on YouTube. And if you can't, you're just going to get plucked out and removed, okay? That's all I got to say about that. I I'm from a different culture. I don't know how stuff works on YouTube, even though I've been on here, I don't know, about a year or so, maybe more than a year now. But, every once in a while, you got to let people know, what this is about, lay down the foundation. So I'm just letting you guys know what it is, man. I love your interaction. I love your opinion. But as far as looking for a cosign, that I'm not doing. If you want to support the channel, by all means, I appreciate it. Buy something in the link below. Help me build the channel with the money from the stuff that you bought below, and help me showcase these young men and women. I'm 100% with it, and I greatly appreciate you for that. And so do these fighters. But, I'm not one to lack in confidence. And I say that not to gloat. I say that hopefully as an example to a lot of the, people that come in here and leave goofy comments, because that's the first thing that I'm seeing, right? In a lot of these people is a lack of confidence, a lack of self-respect. It's sad, a lot of times I try talking to these people, but a lot of the times, you can't save them, Like the old Project Pat song, you can't save them. So anyway, appreciate your time, guys. Hope you subscribe. We'll talk soon.